All right. Hello, my name is Karen. I'm from Wevolver, and today we're with.
Morgan from Red Bull.
Alexandre from Hexagon.
Thanks for taking the time today, and congrats on your win at Las Vegas. Um, First things first, we're really curious how you are collaborating with Hexagon and what is giving you this advantage in leveraging their technology.
Yeah, so we are partnered with Hexagon for more than 17 years now. We've been like the first one in the grid like to use Hexagon products, and now like all the teams are using it. FIA is using them as well. So yeah, we are very proud to launch, I would say, like the trend and to be like the only as well partner on the grid with Hexagon. So it's like good products, good services, and we are very happy to what they do for us.
Yeah, what is just to answer that as well? What is interesting for us is we are a metrology partner and we are an innovation partner and with Red Bull. For us, it's the top of the art of what we can do in terms of engineering, in terms of automotive as well. So it helps us a lot in our research and development. We try to collaborate quite deeply with Red Bull on during the race, but also preparing the race to make sure that, as you know, it's a race. So the first that is ahead will win. And that's what is important. And they don't have the time to waste money, waste time. So they need to get it right first. And that's really the motto that they have as well.
Super, thanks. Yeah, I'm really curious to see what type of tools you use off track and on track during a race. So pre-race, post-race, and even during race.
Yeah, so I would say we do like 90% of the job at the factory. Because of course, like we produce all the parts you can see behind at the factory, so it's like around 10,000 parts for one car. It's like 1 million parts per year, and all these parts, of course, we need to produce them, and like they are checked before sending them to the track. So the main part is like at the factory, but again, when we arrive at the track, we need to put together, like to assemble all this car. And this is like a big job as well. So at the factory, we have like a kit we can bring with us. So we have a tracker, so we can really understand if all the parts are like the right position, the right dimension, and if everything is like perfectly done. And the second one, like a scanner, because we need as well to be compliant with FIA regulations.
So the same scanner we're seeing here in the background.
Yeah, exactly. So we do this like maybe 3 or 4 times per weekend when we are traveling as well to the races. And we need to send like this scan to the FIA, so like the organism body of regulations of F1. And so they can make sure like the car is compliant and we are, I would say, like able to drive like on a Sunday for the race. So it's very, very important for us.
Nice. Yeah, I'm curious to know how precise are we getting here, because I could imagine a lot of it's carbon, and I could also imagine the smallest scratch in carbon is a pain in the ass, right? So I'm curious to know what the scanner can detect and how precise we can get.
So I would say everything is like, I don't know if it's like confidential to say like the precision of the scanner, but like I would say a millimeter is like quite a big scale for us, so we can go like under the millimeter. And even when we are talking about the camber of the tires or like the angle of like the wings is like less than like degrees or millimeters. So it's very, very precise.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah, we go to the microns. I mean, which is required for all the parts of the car. I mean, today you can see the parts that are public, but there are a lot of parts that we cannot disclose that we help also to measure. What if you're a Formula One fan? The most interesting days for you it's the test. So mostly the Fridays and the Saturdays, and even if you watch it on TV, you will see our equipment used. I mean, used for the regulation of the FIA that is not optional, but also used if there is any changes, deformation due to the race on the car, that Red Bull will have to fix it afterwards. So that's also something that if you pay attention to the paddock and the previous days of the race, that's something that you will see.
Super. You also use simulation tools?
Yes, we use a lot of simulation. Yeah.
And I'm wondering if you have a precise example of, hey, we simulated this and this avoided us X mistake, for example, down the line.
Yeah, so we use simulation a lot because again we don't have a lot of like real tests. We only do like a test on a Friday before the race. After we have Saturday morning and after we go straight after like to qualification and race. So we only have like 3 hours to set up like a car with more than 20,000 different like options. So we run like millions of simulation before everything at the track. So we can simulate like the best setup, the best lap time, the best even when we need to brake, when we need to like put the throttle. We can.
It's super accurate.
Yes, it's more than 99% accuracy on this. So it's like super accurate. It's like you are driving in real life, but like on a sim. And yeah, and we need like again to have like a perfect like digital twin on the car to make sure like we have the same in the sim and in real life. And like the most important aspect is good correlation between like the digital and real life. So that's what we are trying to work with the best in the category.
Super. Great. Last question. What are you the most proudest of the car? Which part, which design process, which component?
I would say like the floor, so like we cannot see it because like it's like the most sensitive part. So it's like, you know, what's happening behind the floor is like very important. So like all the downforce is coming from these parts. It's like all the electronic integration as well is like inside this, but you cannot see it. So when you see it, like, you know, at the back of the garage is like a part you never see on TV, and like even when we have like an accident or something and see the bottom, everybody is like taking photo because they know it's only once a year you can see it. So yeah, that's very complex, and like the beauty of F1 is like everything like, you know, hidden is like the most important. So like that's quite, yeah, I think for me like the most exciting part around.
Super. Thanks for taking your time. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And all the best. All the best in the future, and looking forward to how you're going to keep collaborating with Hexagon.
Thank you very much.
Take care, guys. Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
Stay tuned. We're going to have some other events that we're going to cover down the line in a few hours. So looking forward to share that with you.